Storyboarding is a vital process and a tool for helping to define what will be in a moving image project. Regardless of your project being an animation or live action, narrative or conceptual, a storyboard helps you to identify the key visuals, experiment with composition, and shot type. It gives you the space to explore visual ideas within your storyboard and to assess whether they are working or not, allowing you to test drive and edit before committing it to camera. This then becomes a vital tool for communicating the vision of what is being made to your creative team and at times your potential clients. Whether you're working from a script or communicating a concept, identifying the core of the message to be communicated is key. Read through any source material or brief carefully and identify the key themes. Don't choose too many. One or two key themes well communicated will always be more successful than trying to tell too much. The same applies to more expressive or concept-based moving image projects. Identify the key themes your researchers coalesced around and build on that. When working in any moving image form, aspect ratio is crucially important. This is important as storyboards need to be drawn in a frame that matches the aspect ratio you'll be filming or animating in. There is no point planning for a composition that is a different shape to your final output. Templates are a great tool for getting this right. Once you start drawing, you're going to be producing a few drafts of your storyboard. The first one will be a roughing out of ideas. This first draft is sometimes referred to as a scamp. Scamping is storyboarding in its roughest form. It's a fast means of getting visual ideas down before refining and creating a more polished version to share with your team and clients. When creating a first draft, a common mistake is to use a limited number of shot types. This, whilst being visually bland, also ignores the potential that a variety of shot types has in helping to communicate a message to the audience. Think about the sequence of your shots. A common format is to start with an extreme wide shot to act as an establishing shot. This sets the scene. It introduces characters and actions with full and medium shots, then use close-up to show expressions and details. However, there's no single way to structure a scene. Let the subject matter and the message direct the structure. But make sure you use a variety of shot types, and if your storyboard resembles a level from Super Mario, maybe consider some variety in your shot choice and composition. Your storyboard is a static document. Moving image, by its very nature, is not. Therefore, any movement, whether it is a character or object in the frame or a camera movement, needs to be annotated with an arrow, ideally in a contrasting colour. There are conventions for how we add arrows for camera movements. Make sure you use them to avoid confusion, or ensure that the storyboard is very clear and not open to misinterpretation. As well as arrows, we label our storyboards with shot types. This can be useful if the storyboard is particularly rough. Again, there are conventions for how we contract shot types. Don't try to reinvent the wheel, use the standard contractions to prevent confusion. Any additional annotation that helps explain what happens can also be helpful, but keep it short. For example, in a shot where someone enters a room and comes into frame, a simple "enter screen right" is all that is needed. Remember, your storyboard exists without you being there to explain it. It needs to function and communicate what the film is without you being there to talk your team or client through it. If you need to explain, you need to add more panels or annotation. But remember, your storyboard is a guide. It is the plan that your film project is built around, but that doesn't preclude you from going off-piste. If something presents itself that is better than the storyboarded option, or if the storyboard isn't working when it meets the act of actually filming on location, then amend it and add when necessary. Use the storyboard to ensure you have enough footage or coverage to craft a cohesive edit. But don't be so bound to it that you cannot deviate and allow for being responsive to what presents itself on set or in the studio. Other than that, time to get those pencils out and start drawing.